Hello everyone. Good morning. Today we are going to learn about functions in Python. So what are functions in Python? In Python, a function is a block of code that performs a specific task and can be reused multiple times. Functions help make programs modular, organized, and easier to debug. If you take Python, it is a generic purpose programming language, modular programming language, and a functional programming language. It takes the support of the modular programming language and functional programming language, makes the program modular, very much organized, and easier to debug. For example, I have a block of code which has got 1000 lines of Python code. I'm not able to understand like from which line I'm getting this error and how to debug that immediately. To overcome this problem, I'm going to split the program into modules so that next time if I get some error, I'll come to know from which part of the code I'm getting this error. I'm going to use some logic. For example, I want to do the addition of 10 numbers. For that, I have to write the code. For example, in this 1000 lines of code, minimum in 3 to 4 places, I require this logic. Rather than repeating this code 10, for example, that code may be 5 lines of code. So the 5 lines of code I'm repeating every time in this code is going to increase the length of the code. To reduce the development time and reduce the length of the code, I'm going to freeze this logic in one place so that wherever it is required, I'm just going to use that logic alone. For that, I'm going to create a function in Python. So in these functions, I'm going to keep the logic. So whenever I'm supposed to implement this logic, I'm supposed to call this function name so that it will be executed. This is the main purpose we are going for Python functions. Why functions? Avoid the repetition of the code. That is what I told you in the previous slide. Make code readable and organized. Even if a layman is going to see your program, he should be able to understand like what you are trying to write in this program. It is easier to test and maintain. So wherever you are getting some error, it will help you to debug the code very easily and you will understand like from which part of the code I'm getting this. And if you are going to maintain this in the modular way, it will be easy to maintain the code. It can return values for further use. So the function is going to return some value so that inside the same program, you will be using those values for further analysis, or this function can be used in the another Python program also. Example, instead of writing print of 10 plus 5, print of 20 plus 5, we can write a function and reuse it. So that this logic will be used multiple times and it will be returned only one time. This is the function syntax. Def is the keyword, function underscore name followed by parameters. Next is the function body that has a code block and then the function is going to return some value. Now I'm going to return a function def add of. Add is the function name, a comma b is the parameter. You should have the colon at the end of this function header. Return a plus b is the function body. Result is equal to add of 10 comma 5. Now I'm returning some value in the function. So by returning this value, I cannot see the output. I should have some variable in the function call to catch this result so that I can print the result. That is why I have created the variable result is equal to add of 10 comma 5. Add of 10 comma 5, you are going to call the function with the values so that these values will be passed to a comma b and it is going to return 10 plus y, which is 15. So in this a comma b is the formal parameters and 10 comma 5 is the actual parameters. Here only you are going to pass the values and there you are going to maintain the parameters. Function header will have def keyword, function name followed by the parameters. When you are going to return some value, you cannot see the output in the screen. So to catch this return, we should have a variable in the function call. The function call should have the values which will go for the parameters a comma b, and finally you are going to print the result. That is the way I am getting the result 15. Def keyword means defines the function. Parameters are the inputs. They are optional. And returns gives output. This is also optional. This is the way how we are going to define a function. Calling a function. Once function is defined, call the function using its name and parenthesis. Once the function header, function body, everything has been done, you have to call the function, then only whatever the function definition you have written, it will be executed. Without the function call, whatever the function you are going to write, unless until you have the function call, the program is, there is no use in writing the function definition. Add of 20, 30. These are the two actual values you are passing for the parameters, which is in the function header. Function can have no parameters, multiple parameters, and default values. Example with the default is def greet is a function name. In the function header itself, you are going to pass the value for the parameter. Then inside the function body, you are giving the print of formatting of hello name. The name will come inside the curly braces. Whenever you want to use the variable inside the print statement, you should use the formatting at the starting of the print statement. So first time you are calling the greet without parameters, and next time you are calling the greet with the value. So first time you are calling without the value. Greet open parenthesis, close parenthesis, because you have already given the value guessed in the function header itself. So you don't need to pass any value here. But next time, when you are going to call this function with the new name alias, the guest will be overridden with the alias. So this is about calling a function and what are the different types of parameters we are going to use. Advantages of the function. It is a reusable code, less repetition. It is easier to maintain and debug the code. That is what I explained in the first slide. Modular structure, clean program flow. It supports parameter passing and return value. It accepts the parameters as well as it returns the values. These are the advantages of the functions. Everything we in the first slide and second slide I explained you in detail. That is what I given in the short lines. It is completely the reusable code. This is the modular programming. That's why it is easy to maintain and debug. It follows the modular structure. It supports the parameter passing and return values. What are the built-in user-defined functions of Python? Predefined in Python, from the Python library itself, we are going to get these functions: len of, print of, sum of. These are the functions already written in the Python, which we will be using from the libraries. User-defined function means defined by the programmer for custom task. For example, I am going to create some function. I am not going to use from the Python library. That is called user-defined function. Add and greet, we saw in the previous slide, that's all the user-defined function. Print length of Python. The length is the built-in function. It is going to give the length of this Python as a 6. Def square of x, return x star x, print of square of 5. So this is a user-defined function. The function name is square. I'm going to write which accepts only one parameter. In the function body, I'm going to give return x star x. It is going to give the square of the x. For this x, I'm passing the value in the function call. Now the output is 25. Function or the reusable block of code. Def is the keyword. It is used to define a function. Parameters and return. Input and output for flexibility. Why we are using the parameters and return values? Parameters will take the input values and return will give you the output values. Call functions. Execute by name with the parameters. You have to, whenever you are going to define a function, you should call that function with the values. Then only you are going to execute the function. Unless until the function is called, whatever the function definition you are going to write, it's of no use. Best practice, keep functions small, focused and reusable. I hope today's session was interesting. If you have any queries or you need any advanced context for this course, please post your queries in this below link. Here, you can provide your name, mobile number, your email ID, location, and whichever the course you are going to opt for. You can post your queries in this form and submit the below link. Our person will come back to you for their queries. Thank you so much.